Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Albert Bell, in case you weren't aware, he's one of those guys in the lower weight, super featherweight, who he's actually the number one contender for Emanuel Navarette's WBO super featherweight title. But he's someone who kind of slips under the radar. Not a lot of people listen to his name or hear his name or pay attention to him, or when they do hear his name, they're not that interested. Well, they should be interested because he's actually a very, very good fighter. And he fought Jonathan Romero last night or this morning or whatever the time difference is. And he absolutely flattened him. I mean, he splattered him with one huge overhand right in the first round. And this was very, very impressive. Now, of course, you have to bear in mind that Romero has seen much better days. He came into the ring with a 35 wins and 2 defeats record, 19 wins by KO. Both of his previous defeats had been by stoppage. If you go back to 2013, Kiko Martinez stopped him in 6 rounds. That was for the IBF super-bantam title, which was held by Romero. And then he wasn't beaten again until 2023, so 10 years later. He wasn't that active during the interim period. I mean, he had some time off and fought infrequently. But he did go on a long winning run. And then he bumped into Abraham Nova last year in July 2023 and got knocked out in 3 rounds. And Nova was 22 wins, 1 defeat. Nova has since lost to Oshaki Foster, but he's a good fighter. So coming into this fight, Romero, although he is a former champ, I mean, he's 37 now. And even though he had a very glossy record, 35-2, he was definitely the underdog against Albert Bell, who is 31, 6 years younger. Also, Bell is very tall for the weight. He's 6 foot tall. But I don't think anyone expected Bell to just obliterate Romero. And I think that's really why I'm doing this video, because there isn't a lot to say about a fight that's over in like 2.5 minutes. But I want to big up Albert Bell first of all, and it's the manner of the knockout, because this might go down as being the knockout of the year. For the first 90 seconds, 90 seconds, I suppose about 90 seconds, not a lot happened. You know, they were sort of prodding and poking and looking at each other. Romero, who's an orthodox fighter, he likes to be on the back foot, but on the front foot, but he does box very well. He's got, like I say, he's got 19. I'm thinking of Romero. Bella's got 25 wins, no draws, no defeats now, including the Romero knockout. But he's only got 9 KOs, and so he's not really. He boxes on the back. He boxes, right? He knows he's not a banger. He doesn't try to be a banger. But what he does, because he boxes very well, and he fired a couple of good punches, I think, to the body, if I remember rightly, which kind of pushed Romero back. But again, Romero wasn't really in any great trouble. And if anything, I mean, there was a little cameo where Romero himself was trying to go forward and trying to be on the front foot. But Bell, I think he did land a punch to the, I can't remember whether it was left or right, but he did land a punch to the body, which definitely perturbed Romero and forced him back onto the ropes. And then he sort of, there was an exchange, nothing really major, but it did push Romero. I think it may be more than one body punch that pushed Romero sort of back into the corner. And again, Romero didn't look that bad. He was kind of slid a little bit to his left. He looked fine, absolutely fine. And then suddenly, Bell detonated this this right hand over the top, which caught Romero slap bang on the temple. And Romero froze, as you sometimes do when you're sort of knocked out on your feet, and then just fell on his face, bang, onto the canvas by the ropes. And like I say, he didn't stir, he didn't move. It was, this was a hell of a knockout. I mean, if you're going to get knocked out, it's kind of like when Francis Ngannou got knocked out by Anthony Joshua. You want it to be painless. And I doubt whether Romero is going to remember this. He'll wake up with a headache. But my God, it was, and this was about 2:20, 2:30 into the round. There was half a minute, a little bit more left. But a very, very good knockout by a guy who, again, is not considered to be a knockout puncher. Only, I think this was his 9th KO in 26 wins. So Albert Bell, WBO mandatory, I think, number one contender for Navarette's super feather belt. But I believe Navarette is moving up to fight Baranchik for the WBO lightweight title. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Maybe he'll vacate the belt if he wins, and Bell will step in and fight for the vacant belt. Or if Navarette loses and comes back down to super feather, Bell can take him on. I mean, because Bell hasn't got a lot of power. I mean, I say that he's not got a lot of power. He's just flattened Romero. But like I say, Romero's 37 and has seen better days. Navarette's a different proposition. I'm not sure whether Bell's got the power to keep Navarette off him. I would definitely favour Navarette in that fight, but this was a highlight reel knockout by Bell, and Romero should quit now. He's 37. Quit, man. I mean, come on. You've been in all 3 of his defeats. He's been knocked out and beaten up badly, stopped badly. Certainly against Kiko Martinez, which was 10 years ago. He was beaten up badly. He's got ability. Never had a brilliant chin, but maybe he should call it a day. For Bell, though, at 31, fighting for that title, very, very much a realistic proposition. And who knows, if it was a vacant belt, he could pick it up. Maybe he could upset Navarette by pinching it on points, but I would strongly favour Navarette. But I don't know if this fight's on YouTube. Go and have a look at it. You might see it, because it's a hell of a knockout. And let me know what you think. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, and also give a little left hook on that like button as well. And spread the word about Joe Son of Boxing. Thanks for your time as always. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.